What's good, Pawn Children Mafia? It's your professional pawn child back at it with another video. Today we're gonna be watching a video about this guy that got his sister pregnant or some shit. So he's gonna hop in there. I'm gonna be pissed if her brother's a dog. Like that baby about to pop in like no time. But let's just get in the video. Make sure you guys like this, subscribe, join the Pawn Children Mafia because we lit as we fun, So I don't even know what else to say. Yeah, it's the same day as the video from yesterday, same day, because like I said, I'm a little energetic, so I said let me just like record, you know what I'm saying?
My name is Delilah. I'm 15 years old.
Hey there, Delilah, what's it like in New York City? I'm just 1,000 miles away, but girl, tonight you look so pretty, yeah, it's true.
And a teenage mom to my brother's child. I know, I was shocked and surprised too. You may be wondering, how did that happen? How did I get pregnant?
Okay, I know that I don't even know if like I bashed her. I hope I didn't bash her because like now it's coming to me. If she was raped, I'm sorry, cause she sounded a little serious. But if she was raped, I'm sorry. That's not cool. If you a dude, keep your stuff in your pants. If you a female, keep your pants on. You know what I mean? Like you don't gotta. If they say no, it's like a million and billion and gazillion people in this world that like probably want you even though you ugly as hell. Like I'm just being straight up with y'all. Like you don't gotta put your hands on nobody for entertainment or whatever. You know what I mean? Like I'm in Philly, bro. Like I'm dead ass in Philly. Like you could pull anybody in Philly. Like I swear to God, you could pull anybody. But anyways, like that's all I gotta say about that. Like she look a little serious though, so I'm sorry if I just bashed her before the video started. I feel bad.
By my brother. I will explain to you how this happened, I promise. Let's start from the beginning, shall we? I met a boy on Tinder named Derek. He was so handsome and funny. How could I say no to him? We went on a few dates and he always treated me like a princess. He opened the doors for me, bought me dinner, and brought me flowers. I felt so loved by him. So one day, he asked me on a date, and I said yes.
Wait, so y'all wasn't going on dates that whole time? Y'all was just chilling? Like, what's going on here? Like, that's weird. Y'all was going out, y'all was already, you know what I mean? Like, if it was unofficial, okay. But, like...
The date was lovely, and he was a complete gentleman. After the date, he brought me home, and we made love. You may be wondering how I got to do this without getting in trouble. You see, I lived alone. My dad died when I was a baby, and my mother died 2 years ago, leaving me all alone. Instead of living with someone else, I ended up having to survive on my own. I had nobody else and lived all by myself. It wasn't so bad anymore, but sometimes I still got lonely. Anyways, 2 months later, I found out that I was pregnant. I told Derek about my pregnancy. I was so scared when I told him. I thought he was going to abandon me and run away.
What the heck is that baby bump? Like, what's going on? Yo, 2 months later, like, you can't even see it 2 months later. Her stomach should still be flat, you know what I mean? But that baby bump is not it. That's not it.
From our baby. But instead, he supported me and took care of our child. I was so surprised by that. But I was glad that I didn't have to do this all by myself. He helped me when
2 years later, Derek dies in a car accident.
Whenever I was in pain or when I had
I'm
cravings,
sorry, that wasn't funny.
He never left my side. I knew he was going to make a great father. But I didn't know much about him and his family, so I decided that I had to find out. One day, when Derek and I were having dinner, I asked,
get the Amazon app and shop on the go. Track your package and get 24/7 support. Download the app.
Him about his family. I told him all about mine and never heard anything from his. I was curious to know what type of family our baby was going to be in, who the baby's grandparents were, and if it was going to have any aunts or uncles. I wanted to know everything. My father...
But I ain't gonna cap. This video is starting to get a little boring. Like, can we jump to, like, his parents now? Because apparently you're not gonna show the baby or nothing.
They left me when I was a baby, he said, bitterly. His smile turned into a frown as he explained to me. I hate him. He disgusts me, and I never want to be like him. I live with my mom. She's the person I love with all my heart. I nodded and listened to everything.
Yo, you know it'd be crazy if her freaking dad really didn't die. Like if that was like a host and like her dad really didn't die. He just like was like he just dipped off the radar and it was like, oh, he died or whatever. And then like he moved on to his mom. Oh my gosh, that would have been sick, bro.
Everything he told me. I learned to hate his father too. How could a father abandon their child? I was lucky that Derek was acting like a real man and taking care of me and his baby. It made me sad that he had to go through such a horrible time, but I was glad that he wasn't acting like that with me. I was right though. He was going to make an excellent father, even though his dad was an awful one. A few months passed and I gave birth to a baby girl. We named her Daisy, since she was so little and beautiful. Derek spent the whole time with me at the hospital and drove me back home too. As we got home, I looked down at our baby girl and said, "She looks like me when I was a baby." "Really?" Derek asked. "Can I see a picture of you when you were a baby?" "Sure," I said, as I gave him a picture of me. In the photograph, my father was holding me in his arms, smiling at me as I giggled. When he looked at the picture, Derek's smile vanished. He looked
Yo, I know where this is going. That's his dad. His dad done left to raise his his daughter. That's crazy. That's gross. I'm not even gonna cap. My aunt, she told me one time, cause I don't know my biological mom. So my aunt was like oh, you need to get in contact with your mom, cause one day you're gonna end up fucking your brother. And I'm like, what? And she said, but you like girls, so you might end up fucking one of your sisters. I'm like, what? Like, what? I'm not going cap. I know my dad, and not to be that one, but I'm sure he probably got more than just us 3 kids. Like, I know he probably got more. Ain't nobody told him. But like, obviously, they wouldn't be my age. I'm sure I hope they wouldn't be my age. But they probably end up being younger though, to be honest, cause you know. But yeah, that's gross. That's really
angry
gross.
and sad at the same time. His hands were shaking as he looked at the picture. I was so surprised by the sudden change. Did I do something wrong? I asked him, "What happened? Is everything okay?" All he said was that he had to go back home. He got up and left. He wouldn't even look at me or say goodbye.
Wait, if he close to his mom, imagine having to say that, yo, my baby mama's my sister. You didn't tell me? But the mom probably didn't know, so I wouldn't blame the mom neither. But like, what I said was like, the first thing I said, nowhere near this. That's wild, man. He probably really is dead.
Or kiss me like he usually did. What did I do? I thought that everything was my fault. It hurt to see him go without a word, but I couldn't cry. I had to take care of my baby. Daisy needed me. After a few days, I began to become worried. Derek still didn't come back, and he never came by to see his daughter. How could he do that to her? So I called and called him, but he never answered. He didn't even bother to call me back. I was so angry and sad.
Yo, I'm not even gonna cap. I'm the type of person, you can get a few days. If you don't, I know where you live. If we going out, if we friends, I know where you live. Like, I'm not even gonna cap. Even if you ain't tell me where you live, like, I'm gonna find where you live. Like, I get put in this situation, no few days. I give you 1 day. I give you 24 hours. And if you ain't call me back, I'm sliding up in your crib. Like, I swear to God, I'm sliding.
He was ditching Daisy and me. He was being a horrible father to her. I thought he was going to be good to her, but it seems that I was wrong. Still, I couldn't let this happen to my baby. She deserved better than this. I knew that I had to do something else. So I went to his home and met his mother. She told me, "He's been coming back home drunk every day. I don't know what's going on." His mother let me stay there, waiting for him. It had been hours before he finally got to his home. When he got there, he stank of alcohol and was clearly drunk. He staggered into his house and looked as if he was going to throw up when he saw me. He glared at me and asked, "Why are you here?" "I wanted to talk to you," I said. "You need to see Daisy. She needs her father." "Get out," he said, pointing at the door. "Get out of here." It broke my heart when he did that.
Yo, I'm not gonna cap. I'm a bitch. Like, I'm a straight up bitch. I wouldn't have left. I would have looked at him. I would have sat on that couch. I would have been like, yo, get your son before I put my hands on him. Like, you know, my voice get deep. Like, I'd be like, nigga, who you talking to? Say that shit again. Say that shit to my face. I don't care how drunk you is. I'll fuck you up. But, like, you know, not everybody like that. You know what I mean? Like, she probably gone through a lot and probably wasn't in that mindset. She probably thinks she a coward and stuff.
Out of everyone in my life, I wasn't expecting him to do that to me. Especially not him. I left, crying as I went home. It felt horrible being alone and having to raise my daughter all by myself.
Hold on, time out. Where was the daughter at? You don't got no family or nothing. I mean, she could have friends. Like, I'm not the type to jump to conclusions. But if you talk to me and you say something, I'm talking to my friends, I'm gonna ask you got friends? Cause bro, why you talking to me? You got friends? But like, where her baby at? Where your baby at? Where your baby at, nigga? Like, how you just, you know what I'm saying? And then she walking by herself talking about something. My baby needs me. She's at home. You gotta got some trustworthy friends to be leaving them in your crib with your child.
But I knew that she needed me to be strong for her. I was determined to raise her, even if that meant that Derek wasn't going to be in her life. I had to do this for her. So, I carried on and raised our daughter. I have to admit that it was a lot harder to take care of her by myself, but I did just fine if I do say so myself. Then, something surprising happened. After 2 weeks, Derek came to my house, tears in his eyes. He stood out on the doorstep and said, "I'm so sorry." Why did you do that?
Wait, so you gonna tell me all this happened in 2 weeks? And you just finally went to go to his mama house to see what's up with your nigga? Like, come on now.
I asked him, my arms crossed over my chest. I forgave him, but if I were being honest, I was so hurt that he left Daisy and me out of the blue and didn't explain why he was doing that. He had a responsibility to his daughter, so why? I thought he was different than his father, so how could he do such a thing? All I wanted was an explanation, and I would be okay. So when he explained to me what happened, I understood everything. "I'm your brother," he said. I gasped as he said that. It was hard for me to believe such a thing. What are you
You know, be savage. See, at first I thought he'd probably at least tell his mom. You know what I mean? Like, obviously that whole backstory in the beginning of the joint. But like, if he didn't tell his mom, that's messed up, right? But like, now say that he did go to his mom after this whole situation, and his mom was like, "That's not your dad. That's just my ex-fling or something like that. That's my ex-boyfriend." Like, they both finna be sorry. Yo, they're gonna be sorry.
talking about? I asked. How could that be? We have different families, and he knew that. Are you joking? I wish I was, Delilah, he said as he began to cry. We have the same father. I felt as if the world was spinning too fast when he told me everything, that his father left his family for my mother and he had me. In reality, Derek and I shared the same father and that we were family. I wanted to throw up from how surprised I was. This couldn't be happening. How could it? Why is this happening to me? I still love you, I said, but we can't be together. Derek told me he understood, but he still wanted to help take care of Daisy. He was confused about everything, but she was still his daughter and he wanted to be in her life. I knew that I had to let him be her father, but he and I couldn't be together anymore. How could we be together? We were family. My whole world was falling apart and I didn't know what to do. I still don't know what to do. Since I found out that Derek and I were related, I have felt so lost and confused. I still have Daisy to think about too. It's all too much. Since all of this happened, Derek and I have switched back and forth between each other as we took care of Daisy. This was a big secret that he and I had kept. But I didn't know if what I'm doing is correct or right.
Okay, I'm just gonna say I feel sorry for her and him at the same time. Damn, that hit home run. I ain't even cap. That really did. Like, I wasn't expecting all that. But you know what? I don't even know what I want to say. But you know what? That's the end of the video. I hope you guys like this video. We want to watch people cry and be vulnerable and stuff on the internet. But I guess you guys can like this video. I found it pretty interesting to record. You know what I mean? I put my 2 cents in there. You know what I'm saying? But like, make sure you guys like this video. Subscribe, join the Problem Children Mafia, because we're fun. And don't forget my name. I'm the professional problem child. Because boy, oh boy. Bye.